All right, what's up, everybody? Development 360 had a different time today. Normally, we go in the mornings. We're going to come in on this afternoon because our guest today, is a better time for him. It's actually a great time to reach everyone because everyone is home, across the board as you look on the West Coast time and East Coast time. So it's a great time to be on. It's been a great day today. Been outside doing a lot of virtual sessions and it's been good. A lot of clients, from a development standpoint, this is really the best time, to really, reach people and also give people opportunity to ask us questions as well. My guest today is Eric Dailey. I'll also have his son on, Eric Jr., later on in the show. But, I see you coming on now, E. I'm about to bring you in and let's get this thing going, man. All right. Yes, sir. Yeah, giving him a second. Hope everybody's doing well today.
What's
Yeah.
up, man? How you
What's up, man?
doing?
How you doing?
Pretty good, man. Long time.
Man, it's been a minute. Development 360, baby. That's why I had to have you on, man.
I love it.
You ready to
Yeah, I
tell?
love it. I love it.
Yeah, I was ready to kind of telling the public basically how I came up with the concept of the show. The show is basically about players that's gone in different directions in terms of coaching to into business, etc. And it's a full circle back. And the thing is, I will always, the show was basically, I wanted to have people on that's taking that route, that's done all those things. We played, we mentored, we coached, we've done everything. And now we're back in this full circle and we're seeing the process start again through our children and all the other people that we're impacting. And that's why I thought about you because, years ago we met in Nashville.
Right,
I was still a youngin'.
right,
You were kind of still in your career. And I remember you were on injury. You were
right,
your knee. Your wife was coaching over at Vanderbilt, and
right.
that's how we met. And we just started working out together, and everything took off from there. So how you been?
Been pretty good, man. Just maintaining during these times, just trying to keep going and stay healthy for one.
Yeah,
Uh, continuing to improve on what I'm doing, and helping my son to continue to develop. And just being here and being blessed with the fam, man. I think that's if you're gonna take a silver lining out of everything that's going on, man, you have opportunity to be with your family and spend time with them. That's what I've taken out of this thing, man. And it's been good, so far, and just thankful.
yeah, it's cool because initially when all this happened, it scared me to death because initially because we're so used to being in the gym.
Yeah.
My day started off, wake up, work out, I'm in the gym, take a break, go back to the gym. It was just a constant thing every day where, everything just slowed down to a halt where I had to really come home and it gave us a chance to really reconnect as a family
Right.
on a different level. And, even though we spent time together, it's been like really intimate time, eating together,
Oh man.
socializing, everything. So
Yeah.
it's been a good break from that, but it's also given us an opportunity to restructure the way we do things.
That's
Now,
right.
you're doing the same thing I'm doing with the virtual training. So we're giving ourselves a chance to really work on other skill sets that we have in terms of
Right.
people and still giving them directions from a player development standpoint.
That's right. Well, it's been I say your downtime is your prep time.
Mm,
So gives you an opportunity now to not just sit around, but to plan. And I'm planning like a year out. So I'm putting together my events for 2021, travel plans for 2021, and being able to practice them now, be able to get them together, and then be able to put it together for 2021, so that I'm not stuck and I'm sitting here like, oh, it's time to go. Now let's get ready. It was just like when we hoop, man. We couldn't just sit around and wait for the agent to call. We had to stay ready
yeah,
because he was calling on Tuesday. Eric, we have one team in wherever, and they need you Saturday. I'm like, wow, so if you got to try to get in shape in 3 days, and you're not gonna make it.
no.
Yeah.
Well,
So go ahead.
yeah. And the thing is, like I'm just thinking back when we first met, that was exactly the mindset we had then, which today's players, they're not in that same situation because
Right.
of, because of the internet, they able to communicate this way. We had no viewpoint. It was
Nothing.
here's the deal. Go outside, make sure you stay ready.
That's right. That's
and
right.
That was the way it was. So it kind of, these times here really, they don't scare you and out that much.
Hey,
yeah,
that's right.
We know it. Right. It's like, no, so we don't operate on people's promises.
That's right.
We take control of what we can control.
That's right.
The things you can control, getting up, getting your workouts in, getting your shots up. No one controls it. You get that done. So
that's right.
Actually giving, players a chance to really grow now.
Right.
Become a lot more independent like we were.
Right. Well, that's how we started, man, and that's probably why we are doing what we're doing, because what if we had us in that YMCA? What if we had us? Like, if we was in the Y, and when you came in, there was a guy with you that was like you, and he was prepping you back from 94 on, or even before, just like, he is 16. So I'm prepping him at 16, 15, 14. Imagine if you prep you at 15.
Man, that'd have been crazy. We were so far ahead of the game.
That's it. So
these kids have today, they're, our kids, your son. I got two daughters. One, my oldest is playing in the pros now.
Okay.
And, she's in year 3.
Wow.
Thing is, she was able to gain a lot of information so quickly.
Right.
Do it. Like, she was already educated about the process.
That's right.
That's right. It took us 2 or 3 years of pro ball just to figure that out.
The first year, or the first time you ever went, where was your first country that you played?
I went to France.
Okay. So when you got to France,
yeah,
there was a feeling inside of you before you left home that was like, I'm leaving forever. It was a fear. Because you didn't know. It was back in, 94? When did you go to France? 95, 96?
I went in 95. That was
your first year? All right. So when you went over to France, come on, that's pre-internet.
Oh yeah.
That's pre-cell phone. That's you got to walk down the street to use the phone and take $10 worth of quarters.
Yeah, we had the card.
Right.
Okay. Remember the card with the 220 minutes?
That's right.
We had that. So
that's right.
Use that sparingly.
Man.
I was joking with I don't know if you know who Tamar Slay is. We were on last week. About the difference. Like, he's younger than us.
Right.
8 years younger. That was a big gap.
Yeah. It was easy for him. Yeah.
Literally, we had TNT.
Man.
We had remember we had the USA Today paper.
USA Today,
and
right?
We had a CNN International.
And a CNN, that's it.
CNN, that's all we had. And we had to wait all the way to Sunday to catch NBA Today. Remember that?
Right. Then you had to be up at 2 or 3 in the morning to catch it.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That's all we had. So, we had to really dive into the culture over there.
Yeah.
And become a citizen.
That's right.
Yeah. We had to, it was about more than the hoop game.
Right.
We had to really dive in. We had to really get to know people. I was just thankful I had a lot of people around me in each country that I played in that took me under their wing and said, look, I'm going to look out for you, et cetera. And that was great.
Yeah.
That's why I want to talk to you about, just your transition from, both of us played. You played 10 years. I know you, so you had an abundance of experience. What all the countries you played in?
I started in my first job was in Setúbal, Portugal. And, man, I just didn't know, like I'm telling you about that fear. Of course, you're talking about our first year out. So we still thinking, man, I can get to the NBA. So I kind of just like, I don't want to be here. Like, okay, I'm going to go over to Portugal. I didn't like it. I left. The money's on the table. They gave me some upfront money, and I just left because I didn't have me to guide me.
Yeah.
So I left. I came back. The team in Shreveport in the CBA invited me to camp, and they was paying little money. And I was like, man, I gotta eat. Now we out here in the grind. So I left there, and I went to I played in the Finnish Cup in Finland. We won the cup. Now listen, so we win the cup to advance to Euro Cup. So now I'm about to play all the big teams. I say, nah, I want to go play in Spain, second division. I don't know. I don't know. I have no guidance, but I just know back then, think about it. I knew Spain, Italy, Greece.
Yeah.
That was it. You know,
Yeah.
those are the countries that we knew, Germany maybe. I didn't know Finland, and I
Yeah.
didn't know Euro Cup. I didn't know Euro League. I didn't know what it
Yeah.
was. So
Wait,
I
you
was lost.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Man, I probably could have got there and stayed and played in a country like Finland the whole time. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So after that, I played in Spain. I did go to Spain. When I came back, that's about the time that I met you because I tore my ACL, my right ACL.
Yeah.
That's when we met after that. So now I'm getting into training,
Yeah.
because before that I wasn't training. I was playing.
Yeah.
So when I meet you, we're training because I'm trying to come back and get back in the game. After I left you, I went down to South America and I tore my left ACL. So now that's ACL number 2, right? Because I came back a minute and then I went to South Carolina. I rehabbed, came back again. I hit Turkey, Argentina, Japan, Philippines, and I played in the Asian Championships with a team from Hong Kong over in Malaysia.
Wow.
So I had seen the world, man. I saw Europe, Asia, and South America by the time I was 29. So getting to your point or your question about the transition, even back then, I was understanding that, man, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know international travel. I know international basketball on 3 continents. And then I only had an agent for like 2 of the years. So the rest of the time, I'm representing myself. I'm going to the agent or to the owner. I'm telling him what I want. I'm telling him, hey, I want to live like you. Doesn't have to be a house as big as yours, but give me a nice place. Give me a nice car. Give me some bonuses that, kind of match up to some of the bonuses across the board with other players, other Americans in the league. And I learned business. So as I'm learning business, I'm not knowing it, but I'm learning international business. So I understood how the businessman in Japan operates.
Yeah.
I'm learning how the businessman in Puerto Rico operates when they late on my money. I'm learning how the guy in Argentina operates, in Spain and Turkey. And so now, as an international businessman, there ain't too many places that I'm going to go that I'm not familiar with their ways, So that's kind of how.
Setup. It was part of a setup. I mean, for you and I, when I listen to that, I hear the word adapt.
That's right.
We had to learn to adapt quickly.
That's right.
And that's why we try to stress the players today in our program. I know you do it because I do it all the time. We create situations all the time for players to adapt.
Right.
I want to adapt. You have to be solution based.
Right.
And the thing is, you see a problem, or a challenge. I don't like to call them problems. They're challenges.
That's right.
You have to adapt.
That's right.
And figure out how to be successful in that situation.
Man,
That's what's been
within the game, like within the game itself, when you say adapt, I can even remember playing against you, and I was like, man, this dude jumping out the gym, he long. Man, I can't just shoot a regular shot. I got to shot fake him. I got to jab him. I got to bump him. I got to do something different.
Man, you was giving me hezzy. You was giving me everything. People were talking, hey, I laugh at these guys talking about bigs with hammers. Like, you had it then.
Back then, man.
Like, dude, we're the ones that really created the transitional, like these new stretch fours, like Draymond playing. We were doing that.
Way back.
Oh, yeah, we were doing that. Yeah.
And what happened, man, was we were called tweeners.
Yes.
And that was like a strike against you. He's a tweener. He's a tweener. And I'm like, nah, I can get the 4-man, and I can take him from 25 feet and get to the basket. Or if you put a 6'2" on me, it's a wrap. Let's go down here and eat,
Oh, yeah, you putting that body on.
Yeah, so the coaches didn't know how to coach us at the time.
No.
Now the best players in the world are tweeners.
Yeah.
The best players. Yeah.
And the thing, I think that's what helped with your transition and development, as I saw you going forward with it. when you went to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
your program was based on being positionless, which
That's
you're
right.
able to play inside and out. We teach
That's
you
right.
guys everything.
That's right.
That's really ultimately that's what the international experience did for us. It
That's
made
right.
us how to become a complete player. Because
Right.
at the time when we were coming along, you had to be really good or have a specific, thing that you do. Where
Mm-hmm.
today you got to be able to do 5 specific. You
No
got to
doubt.
handle, you got to be able to post, you got to be able to shoot, you got to be able to slash, you got to be a playmaker. All
Right.
this. So that's what we were doing then, and
Yeah.
I noticed that as you were going forward in your training methods, and I watched how you worked with a lot of guys over the years, a lot of pros too.
Right. Yeah. No. And what was cool about it when I first started was I could play that position. So when I trained a point guard, I understood the point guard spirit, not the drill, not the cones, not the flipping the tire, but the spirit. I
Yeah,
understood the spirit of the point. Like why are you doing this? Why are
yeah,
you crossing this ball over and stepping back?
yeah,
Why are you looking if that defender has his back turned to pass it by his ear to your man? The two. I understood the two. I understood the three. And then during my college years at TCU, I played the 4 or 5, my first year. So initially
yeah,
I was like, man, I think it hindered me because I wasn't able to fully develop as a 2-3 in the league. But
mm-hmm.
for where he wanted me to go, where he wanted me to go, I needed to play the 4 because I was going to Europe. So when they called me and say, Eric, we got a team that needs a 3, I'm like, I'm in. Hey, we
Mm-hmm.
got a team that needs a shooter, or we need someone to handle the ball. I'm in. We need a
Yeah.
rebounder. We need somebody strong. I'm in. So it helped develop 360. It
Yes,
helped develop my whole game.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's how I teach now. You know, I have, players come over that are 6'10", 6'11", and train, and they'll be doing straight guard
yeah,
straight guard drills, straight ball handling drills, shooting drills, being able to put it on the floor 2 or 3 times and get to 12, 15
mm-hmm.
feet. As we used to train ourselves from 35 feet away from the basket. And I
Yeah,
always said, if I can get to 12, 15 feet, like nobody in the world can stop me from getting to 15 feet.
yeah.
That was my
One
whole
go away.
mindset.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
My,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. Because the thing I know that I know some of the guys you work with, over the years. I've seen them, and because you've been in business, you've been going on, you close to 20 years now, right?
close to 20, man. I started, I had done camps in Europe, but I started
Okay.
as a business, as an LLC back in 2005. Um,
Yeah. So you 2 years younger than me.
yeah.
I'm
So I,
'03.
I, I started, I started with kids. I started training kids. I
Yeah.
remember, my first camp that I was trying to do, this is, for any listeners, man, this is, check it out. It's small beginnings, man. I planned for like weeks to do this elementary and middle school camp. And I had all the flyers out, man, at least 30 schools, and nobody showed up, dude. Zero.
Wow.
Nobody even showed up to beep beep. Hey, where's the baseball field? Like nobody showed up. And I told there's another guy with me. I said, hey, let's go. Don't worry about it. Because I know what I put into it. I know how to do it. We just trying to do it at the wrong place. We got to go do it somewhere else. So I went to San Antonio, and this is like I'm my first or second year out of playing. So I went to San Antonio. I went to the biggest health club in San Antonio, and I got certified to be a trainer. So I went through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Got my cert.
Hold up. We
Okay.
have to stop right there.
All right.
For all the development guys out there if you're listening right now, he said something critical. You got a certification.
I got a certification because
That means you sat and learned from someone
oh,
how
definitely.
to. Yes. There you
Definite,
go.
definite, definite. Now, we was already certified because I had been to NBA camps. I had been over to Europe and played. Like, I was a
Yeah.
basketball player, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too much. You was just going, a parent or a kid could come and test me. So I was an expert. But I was like, wait a minute. If I'm going to get out into society and get out here in this world, then I want to be certified just in case that dad comes and, hey, are you certified? I was like,
Yeah.
well, let's go get certified. So it took me like 6 months. It sent me all the books. I studied. I did my test, passed, got my certification. Then I went to the health club, one of the biggest health clubs in San Antonio. They had an NBA court right in the middle, and it was like, man, it'd be 500-600 people there. It was big, called Spectrum. And I was like, I did a group interview. It was my first job interview. Again, we've been playing. So I'm sitting at the table with everybody who's been, their physical education majors, biology, whatever, and they wanted to come into training. And I
Yeah.
realized that, man, I got something that they don't have, which is this knowledge of basketball, and I'm certified. So I'm going to get this job, and I'm just going to say, hey, I just want to do camps on the court. And that's what I did, and that's how I started. I had about 13 players come to the first camp. And once I understood, the business of it, I was
Yeah.
starting to learn the business of it. I didn't understand it because I was still in simple math, 10 players, $100 a player. Oh, I made 1,000. That was, of course, we trying to eat. So I was like, nah, well, why don't you, get around some business people, see how business practices go. And that's what I started learning, the business of this thing. Of course, the basketball was cool, but I wanted to learn the business. And once I learned the business, then I understood, hey, marketing is the key. Once I understood marketing was the key, that marketing means markets. And so I just started going back over to Europe, to those same countries we played in, where all the kids wanted us to sign autographs and do little camps or whatever. I went back over and I started establishing relationships in different markets, and it just blew up from there because my resume, the things I just said to you earlier about where I played, my resume goes hard in Europe. You put that resume on the table here, no NBA, you didn't play in the NBA, we want NBA, blah, blah, blah. But in Spain, when they say, oh, he's played in Spain, he played in Turkey. Yeah. So that's what I did, and it just snowballed, man. It continued to snowball. And, those players over there, they really want this Western world information.
Yeah. I tell you, and like I said, the biggest thing that jumps out when I explain everything is the ability to have insight along with information.
Right.
I'm sure you know John Lucas.
Yeah.
Luke, I did a lot of stuff with Luke, Kevin Eastman, all those guys. Even though I played and everything, I sat under their wings when we used to do the Nike Skill Academies years ago.
Okay.
When they really got really big, around like 2007.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we started doing the position camps. I spent weeks every summer
Right.
just listening to those guys and learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the importance of just listening. Because the thing is, Coach E will always scream out, have big eyes, big ears, and small mouth.
That's right.
And now you got to understand, you got pros in here, guys that played pro ball, coaching pro ball. He was telling everybody in there they have big eyes, big ears, and small mouth.
Small mouth.
Let me tell you something. He said, if you can just sit here and be quiet and listen, you're going to get more insight on some things that's going to help you become a better teacher.
Definitely.
And the thing is, as when you got that certification, that gave you a chance to sit and gain information about areas that you were probably okay in, but now you have the advantage because now that insight of all the playing experiences are kicking in with the information you need to know from a marketing standpoint, business standpoint, how to do relationships, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And corporate America did that for me because I worked 2 years in sales.
Right.
So the biggest thing I had to learn how to do was effectively communicate to people from cross-culturally outside of sports.
Mm-hmm.
So a whole nother challenge.
That's right.
Now you're giving people direction on areas that you're trying to find out what them. You know,
Well,
and
well, the thing that we're on, what you and I are talking about right now is, and again, the young fellas can listen, is education. Because I mean, everybody can shoot, everybody can dribble, but the education I got through NASM, I started training players from the kinesiology perspective.
mm,
You know, so the one thing I had hands on because I tore both ACLs.
yeah,
So I rehabbed both ACLs. And I came back and played. My best years was after my second ACL. So after you, my best years was my best years. When I saw you, it was my first one.
yeah,
After the second one, and I moved on, I did China and all
yeah.
that, whatever, it was because I worked not on the cone drills, but I would be working on the micro muscles around my ankles,
Oh yeah,
balance, you know. And then I started mixing that in with, okay, I know how to handle the ball, and then I'm going to mix this, you know, in with the skill set, and then it became development.
yeah. Because that's what it is. Like the thing I always have issues with people say, "Well, I'm a trainer." What this didn't player development is now come training. It's not. I don't like when people do not call me a trainer.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the player development. That
Player
means we're
development.
trying to develop you.
Right.
I'm not trying to train you like I'm training an animal or something,
Right.
or make you robotic.
Right.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to help you develop certain skills that are going to help you become a professional.
That's
And
right.
the thing is, the other thing where we come in and help guys is not so much of you getting there. We're trying to show you how to stay there.
And Kevin, show you how to leave.
Yeah, because they don't know how to leave.
Show you how to leave, and then once you leave, that's when the game starts.
Yeah,
It's easy to go. Let's just say overseas. It's easy to make $12,000 a month and live in Paris. You know, come home, you got 100 in your account, be home 2-3 months, go back. That's easy.
yeah.
So what happens when the cheering stops? What happens when they ain't cheering for you to shoot the free throw no more? It's over.
Yeah.
That's when the real game starts.
Yeah.
Now, like us, right now, we're in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be players that come out next year that retire or for whatever reason can't play anymore. And there's going to be players the next year. And that's when the game starts.
Yeah. I tell you, man, and that's a big transition for guys. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys out here, they're struggling right now in that process. I know I struggled for probably 2 to 3 years just in trying to figure out what to do. But at the same time, one thing I learned, my parents were teachers. Both my mother taught school for 30 years. My dad taught 32 years in sixth grade.
We the same.
So teaching has always been a very important thing in our household. So I learned how to systematically put programs together because of my mom and dad.
Right.
So when I started in this, I was already equipped with those methods. I knew how to kind of put a program together.
Right.
Of course, I had to go somewhere and get certified to do some other things in the midst of that. But at the same time, I had an opportunity to really grow in a lot of other areas.
Yeah.
And like I said, that without that education, without that time,
you got to be educated, and you got to be even say I didn't get this NASM certification. At least be certified in your travels. At least become an expert in professionalism as a player and as a person. And that's things that we learned during those years. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you too what we had, and you probably got it. We had good role models because we was able to see the good and the bad from the player that was older than us in the generation before us, the player from the 80s.
Yeah.
Right? We was able to see how they dressed.
Oh yeah.
We was able to see the good and bad now, not just the good. We was able to see, man, that player got suspended. He can't even come back to the NBA. Yeah. We saw that player. We saw the player who, man, he just had a big contract. or whatever. We saw the player that would give the kids the autograph, right? We saw all that. And I think today is a little different because back then it was more professionalism in the game. You know, these guys were businessmen when they came to the game.
Yeah, well, like I said, Mike did all that. That generation,
That's
Michael
right.
Jordan epitomized that. And that's why
Yeah.
I'm glad these kids are getting a chance to see this documentary to
Yeah.
see what it was like. You know, Michael wasn't perfect.
Right.
That's the thing that he's been trying to express to everybody. I wasn't perfect, but one thing I understand business and basketball.
That's right.
I understood about presentation. Like, you
That's
know,
right.
you look at every time you saw him, it was like he wanted to make sure the first time you saw him, you saw the real Michael Jordan. You know, the suit.
That's right.
You know, I'm coming in, I'm suited and booted. You know, I'm on time. On time
That's
means
right.
early. I'm always
That's right.
prepared. I don't take possessions off. I don't take games off.
Right.
I honor every contract I've always signed, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
how I felt about the person. I still perform.
Exactly.
And that's the other thing about another thing that we're noticing, that with this documentary, a lot of guys are getting a chance to see something. I always tell guys all the time, your performance will supersede politics when you perform.
Oh, that's
But
real.
politics only stops you when you don't perform.
That's right.
You know, because when I watched that movie Men of Honor, that's what Carl Bashir did.
That's right.
Remember, he jumped off that boat.
Oh yeah.
He outswam that dude.
Right.
He got in
Right.
trouble for it, but he got promoted.
That's
Because
right.
why? He said
Yeah.
my performance superseded the politics of what was going on.
No doubt.
They were so impressed they couldn't turn me down. And the thing is, that's the thing about guys today. They have to understand. Look, man, perform.
Perform.
Regardless of what's going on, no matter what you sign up for. Hey,
Man, that's key.
over and above.
That's key because in the world today, with this technology and, you know, rankings and all of this stuff, it becomes about that instead of the development.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, it don't matter what number you are if you can't shoot this, come off this curve from 18 feet with a 6'11" checking you. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You know, if you can't do the things that are going to prepare you to the next level, then what was the mixtape for?
Yeah.
You know, then when it don't even mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why we're into development.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's why we're into development. You know, so you know, I always looked at it from that perspective. Always looked ahead. Always look into the future to see, okay, hey, what am I going to need to do? That's why we was doing them drills, man. That's why we was doing. And now you wasn't just doing regular drills.
No.
Most people can't come train with you at that time. At that time. Not like you training a young player. Now, I mean, back in 94, 95,
Yeah.
they just can't come on the court and train with you. Right? But we was like-minded.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. I got somebody like me. Let's, okay, pop out to the three-point line, backdoor cut. We do 5 of them. Pop out to the three-point line, shoot 5 50-footers. Yeah.
We all our development was based on situations, things
That's
that
right.
happened in the game. So
That's
what
right.
we would do is, I remember my mind's going back. I remember we would do a lot of we would do all the pick and roll coverage.
No doubt.
What happened is we would do the defensive movements and then cut and go post, come
Right.
back, do another movement, jump out, heads real hard,
Right.
go make it. So we were always thinking about both ends of the floor.
Yeah, always.
So anything we did on the inside, we would always pop out and go make a jumper out there. Once you make pop back in, give me something else on the post.
Right. So and you had to make it.
Yeah, so and you had to make shots just to be in the workout with us. If you couldn't shoot, I mean, so
that's what I'm saying. You just couldn't come and work out with you. Like you just couldn't come. By the time you pop out to that 3-point line and backdoor 10 times, if you can't shoot, then you popping out 21 times, man.
Yeah, so that's what made everything that time special, and that's why I remember you, because I remember that time. I remember what was going on, the circumstances, and I was at a point where I was still trying to get to the league. I think I've already had a year under my belt and
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to go to Poland, and then when I got
Yep, I
back,
remember. Yep. Yep.
oh man, it was a lot going on, man, and then
Yep.
going and out to the L.A. in the summer, and that's when the Mavericks found me.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up playing in
Mm-hmm.
the summer league out there, and that's why I remember I went out there on a whim playing.
Right.
I was playing on a team that wasn't affiliated with an NBA team, which they still had that at the time. And all
Yep.
of a sudden, they saw me, pull me up on their squad, and then boom, everything took off
Man.
from there. So, we both been in situations where, the politics was against us.
No doubt.
And we
No
had to
doubt.
perform to get in the door.
You had to perform. You mean, I'm talking pressure situations.
Yeah.
I'm talking, man, I just left, and a week later, they got my replacement sitting in the stands waiting on me to do bad.
Yeah. That's how it went. And so,
Yeah.
so valuable with our children, which that was my next segment, because, obviously we're going to bring your son on, but, I'm just thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, like, I have a daughter now. You in the middle of a process that I went through with my older daughter already.
Right.
I watched her become heavily recruited.
Mm-hmm.
She's 6'3", ball
Yeah.
lefty, stretch forward just like me.
Right.
She had to make that college choice, and she went to Penn State, played 4 years, graduated. Now
Mm-hmm.
she's been in 3 countries now. She's naturalized in Indonesia now. So
Oh.
I'm gonna bring her on
And start right there with that part, just on for the young fellas. She got naturalized in Indonesia.
Yes.
That equals get in where you fit in.
Yes.
Everybody can't play in China and make $1 million. Everybody ain't gonna be able to play EuroLeague with CSKA Moscow. Everybody ain't gonna be able to play with FC Barcelona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you can go to Indonesia, get into that society as a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Get into the business world in that society, and you can live happily ever after.
Oh yeah. Well, she's setting herself up right now for it, and that's why I was telling her, milk the opportunity, go over there, learn as much as possible, continue to build relationships. Don't get in a rush to come home.
No, hey, trust me.
Stay right there.
Stay there.
And she did that, and it's paid tremendous. I mean, the payoff of that is much bigger than money.
Oh, definitely.
She's getting herself set up for some things later on, and it's like, and I have a younger child. I have a 12-year-old. She'll be 13 next month. She's in middle school.
Yeah.
And she's like my little Serena Williams.
Right. Right.
Like Serena was compact and could do everything. Where Venus was
okay.
So,
yeah.
This one here, she's gonna have that. She's growing now. She just went through a spurt, but she's a combo guard. She's gonna be able to do a number of things. And watching her develop has been a process, and I've had my hands on her, since she was 3.
Right.
So she got a really early start on a lot of information that we're sharing with kids, and now in the 9th and 10th grade, she got her hands on it because she was 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So she's much further ahead than a lot of kids. I know it's like your son. I mean, he's balling out at IMG.
Yeah.
And what's so funny? My wife's cousin is the assistant coach on the male side down there. I ain't even tell you.
That's his coach, Trey.
Yeah,
Trey. I was training one day. I was working him out, and he yelled down there, "Hey, E, yeah, that's my cousin." I was like, "Oh man, yeah." We started laughing. I'm like, "Man, we go way back, man. Me and Kevin, we was over in Nashville, blah blah blah." Like, yeah, man, that's my people. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool, man. Tell him I said what's up."
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm proud.
Yeah, that's Eric's coach. He played for him this year.
Yeah. I saw everybody when they came up here and played Briarcrest.
That's right. He didn't come to that game.
No, he wasn't there.
He didn't come. He came on the team that next game after that.
I was looking at you guys. And the thing is, y'all went here, and that was a tough game. I remember, just how because I used to work a little while over at Briarcrest helping out on the development. So I know that program very well. I know the players. Kenny Chandler. He's #1 in the country right now. Point guard. Serious. But it was a good game, and talented kids down there with him, man. I'm looking forward to talking to him as well, man.
Where are you at? You in Memphis?
Yeah, I'm in Memphis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm right here. So thick of things, man.
That's right.
But basketball is king here.
Oh man, no doubt,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
after everybody goes to church, it's on the first place they go is the court.
To the court.
Yeah,
That's
so
what's up.
it's serious business here,
You
man.
still you still running up and down something?
Yeah, I mean, I play. I mean, I don't play
Yeah.
like I used to, but
Right.
I still can. I'm still in good shape.
Yeah, yeah.
My weight's
You got to
down.
keep it together.
I'm about
Okay.
two. I'm about 226 right now.
Yeah.
So
You
I'm in.
stayed in good shape though.
Well, I got
Yeah.
big. Hey, 5 years ago, I was 254.
What?
And it was my daughter's freshman year. She got home and she was trying to get some weight off of her. So I said, I'm gonna help you get this weight off. And at the same time, I changed my nutritional plan. And what
Right.
happened was I didn't realize I was working hard, but I wasn't eating correct.
That's right.
So what I did, I got with a nutritionist. They sat me down, told me about the things I need to stay away from. Same time they helped
Hmm.
her. All of a sudden, I lost 15 pounds. 15 turned to 20. Then all of a sudden, I
Right.
lost 30. All of a sudden, I looked up one day, dude. I was down to 215. I had to start eating.
What?
I was losing so much weight because
Right.
what happens is your body remembers
That's right.
what it used to be like when you were in that
Yeah.
kind of shape. So all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I'm talking about. Oh man, I had an energy I haven't felt that. I felt like I was 21 again.
Man, I already know.
Oh
I
man,
already
it
know.
was crazy. And so I'm just trying to maintain now, and just
That's
stay
right.
on the proper program.
Yeah.
Every day I
Drink
run
plenty
at
of
least three
water.
miles.
Get your exercise in. Get some shots up.
Yeah,
That's
has
one
it been
thing I
tough
can't
since all
wait.
this is going on for you?
Say it again.
Has it been tough since it's been going? Has it been an adjustment for you to get out and stay in shape?
Well, not really. I work from home, so I'll get up. Man, my hours are crazy anyway. I wake up 4 or 5 in the morning and be working overseas. And once it gets like mid morning, before this, I would go to the gym. Now I may go ride my bike. I might go run, do some jump rope. Me and my wife, we ran the bridge the other day, and I took
Mm-hmm.
my ball, and she was like, "Where you taking your ball?" I'm like, "I'm gonna dribble these miles," and I dribbled. I just went outside and dribbled all the way across the bridge. It was a mile over and back, so it was like 2.5 miles. And like I'll do stuff like that, just creative ways to get a sweat, man, and that's it. Keep it together.
Yeah, I was running with my daughter this morning. We
Mm-hmm.
did 3 miles, and she was shocked that I was able to talk and have a full conversation the whole time we were running. And I was
Right,
telling her that's how we did it back in the day anyway. It's like you have to
right.
have a conversation. You don't run quiet because when you're on the court, you always utter, you
You
always
got to
talk.
talk. That's right.
And the thing, if you can't run and talk,
That's right.
you can't play at a high level. So
How you gonna
you know,
call the pick out and you tired?
exactly, yeah, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. We got any questions? I'm talking to my spot. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, man, like I said, it's been good, man. Like, just reminiscing about all this stuff and talking about that. Your son there?
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
right
I got
here.
to get him in, man. We got to
All right.
get Eric. Yeah, man. I've been hearing
Yeah,
all about.
give him some of that insight you got, man. He asked me who I'm gonna be on with. Let him know what you've been doing and so
What's up,
forth.
man? How you doing?
I'm good, yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been watching you, man. I've seen a lot of your film, and I've been tracking you, man. I noticed, everything you've been doing.
Yes, sir.
I know your dad. We go way back. So I know you've been, I've been grinding, man. I can see everything's turning around for you, man.
Yes, sir.
You're starting to progress, had that growth spurt, and I've really, really been impressed watching your game, develop. What's the biggest
I
thing,
appreciate it.
that you've been working on, since we've been out on this time right now?
Biggest thing I've been working on is just my body.
Hmm.
And I've been fine tuning little things, just working on my muscles, my legs. I've been working on like little things like ankle flexion, and I'm just trying to get my body more toned, so when
Yeah,
I go back, I'll be stronger and faster.
yeah, that's good, man. I know you're a hybrid player, so
Yes, sir.
I know you kind of inside out. You doing that, but your natural position. What do you think? Right now. I mean, I know we're in a positionless era right now, but right now, what position right now really fits you?
I think a point forward really fits me because I can bring the ball up the court, make plays, and I can also post up because of my height, and that's also an advantage for me. So I think I'm a point forward.
That's good, man. as I watch your games, I notice, you do a lot of handling. You're all over the place. Doing a number of things. I tell guys today, make sure you're efficient, in pick and roll. Make
Yes,
sure
sir.
you're efficient going downhill, and also make sure that you're able to make everyone else around you better at that position. I think playing that position that you're playing as a point forward. I mean, you can impact the game in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So yeah. So how's your experience been at IMG, man?
It's been good. The last couple of years I've been playing has been really good for me. I grew as a player. I grew
Yeah,
physically and mentally. And playing this past year with the national team, it helped me grow a little faster because I'm playing with a lot of athletes that, in some cases, older,
yeah,
stronger, bigger, faster, and it just helped me to progress more.
yeah. That's my next question for you. What was that experience like? Because the thing is, what I noticed with a lot of players, the first thing they said when I talked to them, I said, what was different when you played with that national team? He said, man, the strength of guys.
Yeah, everybody, it's different because everybody I'm playing with now is top recruits, and it's not just me. On the
Mhm.
other team I was on, I was the best player, but now it's different being on a team that you're not the best player on. So you have to work 10 times as harder.
Yeah. One thing I love about IMG, which I've known about over the years, you're coached by my cousin
hmm
down there, and he's told me from a lot of stuff about the amenities and the weight program, all the stuff you guys have, and all the things from a nutritional standpoint. You guys are really learning how to eat, how to do all the things
Yeah.
the right way from a balance standpoint, so you're not overdoing things. That's been great. I'm sure that's helped you a lot. Is anything you
Yes,
can
sir, for
about
sure.
that? Is anything else I don't know about that's going on down there with you guys? Because I'm not physically there, but those are things I've heard about.
I
I'll,
mean, that's pretty much you got it on the nail because we work on a lot of like mental. We have mental conditioning. We have sessions with our coaches where we just talk about life.
hmm
We have strength sessions with our coach UJ, and
Yeah,
it's really good. We do a lot of plyometrics
yeah, yeah.
and do a lot of conditioning too. So a lot of us are in great shape right now.
What has the recruitment been like with this process here with the pandemic going on, and it's a
Well,
different time. You guys lost it. You lost the AAU season.
yeah, it's been really slow right now because I'm also a sophomore right now, so they can't really call me until later on during this year. So
Mhm.
I haven't got any calls or nothing from the coaches right now, but I'm not really worried about it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Talking to two pros, your dad, so both of us played pro ball, and we've done it all. I think you guys are being set up right now to give you a chance to take a break from worrying about all the
hmm
things that I think slow players down, like rankings,
Yeah.
what's going on. You guys right now got a chance to do what we had a chance to do. Everything got quiet around us, and we got a chance to focus on really getting better without distraction of worrying
Yes, sir.
about trying to do this, do that. It's almost like I have 5 things here that in front of me that I need to work on. So
hmm
I have all day, all night to work on.
Yeah.
No distractions. I think that's going to pay off for you over time if you really take the time to do that. So that's why I said, hey, get in your father's ear. Do. Hey, I'm telling you, man, because hey, you need to do those things those things going to help you get ahead when this is over with.
Yes,
Because
sir.
you have that advantage that a lot of guys don't have. And plus your mom, your mom, she's coached at a high level. She's been involved with it. So you got insight around you all over the place. So
Yes, sir.
my encouragement to you, because I have kids myself, I have 2 daughters. I tell them the same thing. Look, stay in a position where you can hear and also apply because we've already done this. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing you grow and seeing your game progress. Hopefully one day I can get physically in front of you and work with you a little bit. Give you a little
Yes,
bit
sir.
of business.
Yeah, dog.
Yes,
Get him.
sir.
Yeah,
Get him.
yeah, man. How's mom? She's good?
Yeah, she doing good. Just
Good.
chilling, working.
That's good, man. It's funny, now
Yes.
she worked with one of my mentors. I coached her, D Brown. She was his assistant, I think, at one
hmm
point, and then she took over the San
Yep.
Antonio.
Hmm.
hmm
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, so man, you guys been all over the place, man. Y'all seen it. Like I said, you know, your parents, they've been from every level. So yeah,
Yeah.
you got a great opportunity, man, to really do some things. I'm glad you came on, and you know that this was a good, I think, conversation. Man, I was wondering, do you have any questions for me? You know, anything I can help you with in this process? I know. You know, I know you're sitting by your dad now, but hey, you can always ask. You know, that's why we're here. So I'm an open
Yes,
book.
sir.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
yeah. You have any questions for me? That's why I was asking. I didn't know if you had anything
Not
you.
right now. Not right now, but for sure, when I get one, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, hey, I guess you can call me anytime. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
I played, I coached. I coached in the G League for 5 years. You know, now the G League is looking at guys at your
All right.
level. So we can't run from, you know, all of that now. I mean, everything is coming to you guys so quickly. So if you feel like you need questions answered about every aspect,
What do you think about the G League process right now?
the G League process is actually in a process of change again. I think was initially when every team had their own club, it gave them a chance to really put a player in a position to get them prepared, like the baseball minor leagues. And so they said, look, here's our system. Here's how we do things. Let's get you ready. Now they're at a point now where they're ready to really bring both clubs together and make them, you know, together fully. Because some teams are kind of they operate. One team is operating here, one team is here. Now the difference in the G League now is that everyone is really inclusive now with everything, the coaches, the players, everything, especially with the two-way contracts. And now that high school players are now being they're attracted to high school players and bringing them straight up. We're creating more. They're creating more of a program now where you guys can get ushered in on every phase of the game before you get thrusted all the way into. So you have that period of adjustment. So they're putting people in place for that, you know, and they're doing that now in California. I think there's a program they get ready to start now that they're going to start bringing guys over to kind of help them in that process if they're going to skip college. You know, I'm still an advocate of wanting guys to go to college. I think that experience prepares you, but there are certain guys that are ready. And if you're ready, you know, like a Zion Williamson or, you know, that type of kid, you know, or RJ Barrett, some of those kids, they just ready. You know, that process will still, you know, it'll benefit them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but
Got
yeah, that
anything?
was good, man. Yeah, I'm glad you came on. And this was good, man. I'm glad both of y'all are on, man. This is awesome, man, to see the father son, you
Yeah,
know,
man.
situation, man. Because
It's cool, man. You know, because what he, you know, is getting is all the things I didn't get, you know, and now he's bigger than me now, so now I'm giving him like we putting in our mid-range package. We putting in our okay, you a point forward. If you pushing it up and you can get to 12 feet and turn your back and maneuver, making you already know it. You already know it. If you can hit that turnaround, if you can go fast, stop, bump, get that turnaround. And I was like, hey, let's work on that, man. You know, everybody's shooting a three, everybody can windmill, but not everybody can shoot that turnaround.
yeah,
So if we put that in the game, and I'm talking about starting from facing the basket to playing with his back to the basket in
yes,
both instances, getting there with the ball and receiving on the post, mid post,
yeah,
short corner.
yeah,
Now, I mean, these kids don't even know how to stop that. Not in
yeah. I
high
tell guys
school.
all the time, that's what I said. Watch Bernard King.
Yeah,
Bernard King, man.
yeah,
Yeah, man, he was, hey, man, his turnaround jumper, you couldn't do nothing
man,
with it. And he knew how to
yeah,
bump
man.
you, and he would create this much space,
That's right.
and that's it. That's all he needed.
That's
And that's
it.
what it's about, man. So,
That's it.
yeah, man. But yeah, man, it's been great, man, having y'all on, man. I wish we had
Oh, thanks a lot, man. We appreciate you having us on, and
Yes, sir.
you
yeah,
know
we're gonna,
we're gonna get out there, man. I'm gonna get in with you, you know, because that's
yeah,
that's kind of the next step, you know, in training. My son, I want to get some different voices, you know,
I'll come to Florida,
in,
man.
for
All you gotta
sure.
tell me is that, Kev, when this
All
all
right,
over, say, come on down to Florida. I'll
bet,
come down there for a
bet,
week.
yeah,
We'll hit it, man, because
no doubt.
that's what it's about. It's about, you know, like I'm gonna need you to come over here and help my daughter.
That's right.
That's
That's
what
right.
it's about. That's what we got. That's what we got to start doing, man. Because
That's right.
our
Work together.
voices they get muted at times,
Yep.
and sometimes,
No doubt.
yes,
Yeah.
it just happens in the process of being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough adjustment for for them to sometimes hear us and separate the two.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
No doubt.
I got you,
Yeah,
man.
we'll definitely and man, I'm gonna have once this thing, like I say, I'm planning. So once we got camps going and I got groups coming, and I told you before that, but it's on.
Yeah.
You
Oh
come
yeah.
down, man, or wherever I'm going.
Yeah.
You
Same
know.
thing here. Yeah. We
Okay.
so hey man, let's definitely do it. We'll talk more about it.
All right.
I'm in, man. So
That.
like I said, it's something we should have been doing, but we need to go ahead and get started. It's not too late. That's the thing. It's
That's
never
right.
too late.
That's right.
That's
That's
why
right.
that's why it's 360 full circle.
360.
You learn things, and now we're back to this point where we're ready to share and go take it a step further. So
Man, no doubt. I
yeah, man.
love it, man.
But thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you so much, man. We'll stay in touch for sure.
For sure, man. Hey, I'll be talking with you guys.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
man.
Kevin.
Now, good seeing you.
You too. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that was a good show, man. I really enjoyed that. It's always good to get guys on that are around when I started. Because I remember, my path, man, has been so diverse. I've seen a lot of ups and downs, and Eric was a guy that was around when I was in the beginning of my process of trying to get to the pros and trying to get overseas, et cetera, man. And he's done it all, and so it was a joy to have him on. And like I said, we're looking forward to our next show. Can't wait. I think Thursday we got Sierra Burdick on. Woo! Another kid on a train back in the day. Went Tennessee, went on, drafted by the Sparks, playing international basketball, a veteran now. She's going to be on. I'm going to have my daughter on with me. We're going to kind of do this as a combo. Woo! Thursday show going to be hard. It's going to be lit. So be here. Check it out. Look, Development 360. We're going to be on again, I think, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Thursday morning. So check us out. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.